Ua Huka. It's an island in the Marquesas archipelago. We're 1,300 kilometers northeast of Tahiti, 5,500 from the coasts of California in America, the nearest continent. Just a few rocks above the Pacific. Ua Huka is at the heart of the most remote island region in the world, the domain of wild horses and goats. There are more horses than inhabitants in this island of the Marquesas, and their numbers only dwindle in periods of drought when the grass is less green. In the south, two small islands are home to thousands of birds. Terns, whose population is under no threat from any predator, other than by man. The people from the nearby village who collect a few eggs from the thousands produced by the colony. "600 people live on Ua Huka. A native of the Shetland Islands in the United Kingdom, an Irish monk, or a gaucho from Patagonia would feel at home in Vaipai, the island's main village. At the most, he'd be surprised by the coconut palms that nature grows here. A few boats from the island of Tahiti connect the Marquesas to the rest of the world. There's the red one, the Tapora 6, a cargo ship that passes once every 2 months. Nuku Hiva, the biggest of the Marquesas Islands. Today is a big day in the bay of Taipivai. It's the arrival of the Aranui, the other ship that serves the archipelago. The Aranui is 130 meters long, loaded with all sorts of goods, cars, tractors, soft drinks or television sets. It can drop anchor anywhere to supply the villages in the most remote valleys. The ship also carries passengers. There's even a swimming pool on board. At 3 o'clock, the first boats are launched. Horses and goats, sometimes just shipped from island to island, will have to wait for the next stopover to find their freedom. Few commercial vessels will anchor in such a lost and dizzy place. In the valley, the whole village has turned out. The visits are so rare. The reassuring feeling of staying connected to the rest of the world. Nuku Hiva, the second largest island by surface after Tahiti and French Polynesia, has innumerable valleys and a multitude of bays. The widest, the most protected, the most obvious and the most valued by sailors is the Bay of Taihoi, the capital of the Marquesas. A stopover is obligatory. Sailboats, scientific vessels, fishing boats from all over the world stop here. Some come from the Panama Canal heading for Tahiti or the Tuamotus, others between two missions, two campaigns. A pause in the country of excess and virtually prehistoric fauna. A giant ray in the bay? On land, all that's missing are the dinosaurs. The seafront at Taihoi recalls the power of the culture of Marquesas, symbolized by the mare, these places of prayer with their stone effigies, the tiki. Polynesian divinities, amputated of their genital organs by the missionaries. That was more than a century ago. They wanted to wipe away a way of thought that was incompatible with the Catholic Church. Today, the Cathedral of Taihoi puts a different mark on the city. In the Bay of Teipivai, unloading operations are underway around the Aranui. Barges and launches come and go, hours of work in the absence of a dock, and yet more this afternoon. It's not raining. It's all done slowly, with whatever there is to hand. It's hardly landed before goods and commodities are dispatched all over the valley. The long journey's not over. Traveling by car here is no easy task. Very soon the road becomes a track. Very soon you have to climb hills and sometimes go as high as 1,200 meters of altitude. Today, the road from the airport is dry. You can get through. In the rainy season, everything gets complicated, even for the powerful four-wheel drives that the Marquesas people buy at exorbitant prices on credit. All the same, it takes 2 hours to do 40 kilometers on the red earth. Top of the hill, a parapet, the first, and roadworks. Here they have to maintain the road network constantly. On the other slope, the road has already been cemented. Tarmac can't resist a landslide. There will never be roads that lead to the fabulous valley of Hakawi. Like most of the other valleys, it's only accessible by boat or on foot or on horseback. Far from the major coastal road, too far from anywhere, the Marquesas are like they were on the first day of the world, virgin. And not only of any imported animal species. The first disease arrived with the white men, and a whole civilization almost disappeared. Speaking of white, 70 kilometers from Nuku Hiva, there's the island of Hiva Oa. 26 degrees, the average temperature throughout the year on Hiva Oa. Ferns and pine forests complete the blurring of our landmarks. In the rainy season, the summits are often in the mist, but not the Bay of Atuona, a city made famous by two Western personalities, Paul Gauguin and Jacques Brel. Here, rebuilt, is the house where the painter lived. The Pleasure Palace, as he called it, is now a museum. They've even left the well where Gauguin kept his bottles cool. And here, the cemetery where the two men were buried. Their final setting. How many sailors, how many budding adventurers have one day dropped everything in faraway Europe to follow not only the wake of the Belgian singer, but also his way of life? Groaning will not please in the Marquise, said Brel one day. Gauguin spoke of the splendid confusions. Gauguin, who fled Tahiti as being too civilized, too perverted for his taste. There was Victor Segalen and his Immemorials, and many another pen for whom these islands had the flavor of paradise lost, so far from civilization. And finally there was Herman Melville and his novel Taipi, from the name of this bay and this valley where tonight the Aranui will stay at anchor before setting sail from port to port in the islands of the southern seas.